from the stands. Pure Coys, everybody raise your hands. Pure Coys, Pure Coys, Pure Coys.
Hello there, welcome to Pure Coys. I'm Nige as always. Thanks for coming to my channel. Tonight, just doing something a little bit more light-hearted. If I'm honest, I am fed up with being depressed about Spurs, fed up with talking about Ange, fed up with just talking about how up and down we are. So I thought we would go through our favourite Spurs players over the years, which I thought would be quite interesting, being the fact that I'm 50 and my son's 20. I thought it might be good. And if we get enough people in the chat, then obviously you can all join in, choose your favourite players too. But how's it going, Charlie? You all right, mate?
I'm all right. How you doing? You good? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all right. I'm all right. Like I said, I just want to do something a little bit more light-hearted tonight because...
Yeah, because you're negative.
The last couple of weeks has been a bit hectic.
All Anjao, it's all Anjao.
Well, Ange in, Ange out, shake it all about, you know, is all good.
Would I know you if I'm firmly Ange in?
You're firmly Ange in? Are you? You absolute bugger. You're not related to me. No, are you seriously? Let's talk about it quickly.
Yeah.
You're still very much behind Ange?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, mate. What reason?
I just think that although performances obviously at times are very up and down, they are up and down all the time. I feel like that's not necessarily, although he's very stubborn in the way he plays, I feel like if we had, better recruitment over the summer and, more players coming in and less injuries, I'm not going to blame all injuries because I know full well that if we had Van der Ven and Romero yesterday, we probably still would have drew 1-1 or even lost. I just think that, from the hand he's been dealt, Tottenham, I think he's done pretty well. And I think we should give him at least till the end of this season. I think people calling for him to go at Christmas, I think are ridiculous. And I know you're one of them and we can argue about what you want. I just think it's mental because I just don't see a manager that's going to get us any better than what we are now for the squad we have.
I wholly 100% disagree, but we're not going to go into that tonight because I want to keep it light-hearted. Have you seen the FA Cup draw before we start?
I have not. No, it's FA Cup draw.
Oh, we have. Yeah, we've got a massive game.
Who we got? Man City.
No, we are away to Harrogate Town.
Oh, yes.
No, we're not. Tamworth.
We're away to Tamworth.
One of them, Tamworth, I think. It's not anyone.
You know what? I'm happy for that. Not because of we should win, but I'm happy for Tamworth. That's going to be really good for them.
Who knows? I bet they still score first. Guaranteed.
Maine had us obviously a few years ago, and they got promoted that season, I believe. Money helped them out a lot, so I'm a firm believer in the magic of the FA Cup.
They're like 15th or 16th, I think, in the league. So
it doesn't matter about
the league. Listen, it's a scary one because if we lose, it could be a bit embarrassing, but we won't. But like I say,
going to lose.
Yeah, Tamworth away. It wouldn't surprise me if we conceded first.
But no, we're not that bad, Dad. Come on.
It would be funny, though, wouldn't it? It would be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny. Yeah, you're making me more nervous now.
Yeah, sorry, mate. There's a lot of games before then. Let's get into this, shall we? Like I say, something a bit more light-hearted. 16th in the National League. Thanks, Sheriff.
Oh, I thought they were low. I thought they were league below.
Let's get into... Can you see that?
I can see that, yes.
Okay, so I will let you... Do you want to pick the goalkeeper, or should we both pick our favourite keeper and we'll just decide? And then anyone in the chat that comes in can put their 10 pence worth in as well.
Yeah.
Okay,
I feel like in my time, and I'm thinking back. I can't remember the keepers in the 80s or the 40s or the 50s or the 60s like you'll remember. And
Why?
So I feel like the only one that stands out for me. It's going to be boring because I'm a young man, but the only good keeper we've really had. I know he tailed off a bit at the end of his career, but World Cup winner Hugo Lloris, I think, has to go in there. For me personally, I just feel like over the years, before Lloris, we had Brad Friedel, Gomez, Robinson.
You're missing my favourite. That's the one. Super Robbo.
But I just feel like back then, were we any good? No. I feel like Lloris was part of that team, which very, very, very nearly won so much. Champions League final, and he was a big part of a lot of it. So,
Indeed, Eric the Viking was a top keeper as well. Apart from his debut, you won't remember that, Charlie. You were.
When was his debut?
His debut, Eric Thorsteth. His debut was against Nottingham Forest. It was live on TV, and he let in one shot straight at him, and it went through his arms and in. I remember thinking, "Wow, who have we signed?" But he actually turned out to be quite good. But no, I kind of agree. So we will put Lloris in goal.
Yeah, I just obviously he was not perfect. He's not, he was never not a very commanding keeper, but a fantastic shot stopper. I mean, some of the saves he made, I think we kind of took it for granted sometimes how good he was. And although he was poor towards the end of his career, I feel like a lot of that is, maybe due to his age or, I felt like
we're kind of going down that road now, aren't we? With Sonny, he's starting to tail off, and it's a bit of a concern that his end of career at Spurs may taint the rest of his career when he's been really good.
And that was the same Lloris, I feel like.
Yeah, Lloris was a top keeper.
Yeah, 1920 season and 18-19 season. I feel like from 2017 to 2020, he was absolutely brilliant. Like, you wouldn't. Obviously, he made mistakes. I remember his mistake against Southampton where he just dilly-dallied on the ball, but Danny Ings scored. We won that game, luckily, but he did have those moments. But overall, he's top keeper, and there's a reason why he won a World Cup. I feel reason why he won a World Cup. So yeah,
okay. So we're both in agreement. Lloris is the goalkeeper. With for me a close second, Paul Robinson, just because I love Paul Robinson. Let's go to right back.
Right backs.
I mean, I know you're going to pick already.
No, because you're going to think I'm going to pick Kyle Walker. Obviously, this is the one that stands out for me. You've got to remember, Dad, I'm not going to lie, that I represent the young audience, and I know, you'll be thinking of right backs in the past for me, like in the 90s, right? But for me, when I grew up, I mean, our right back, we had Carl Norton for a bit, and we had Yedlin playing right back, a bit, not that much.
He was shocking, wasn't he?
And then, we get Walker in, who, was part of that 16-17 team, which was, I don't know how we didn't win a trophy in that season. I mean, we were so good. And I know at my centre-back, I'm going to pick at least one of them out of Jan and Toby. One of them's going in there. I don't care. And I already know my two centre-backs straight away. But I'm stuck on right back. I want to know what you think, because I don't want to jump straight to Kyle Walker, because I know it's a very, very easy pick for me to make.
Right back wise, listen, Spurs have never, even in my lifetime, we've had some good right backs, but we haven't had amazing right backs. Stephen Carr was pretty good. I loved Stephen Carr back in the day. Scored some belters. I'm trying to think of who else. Obviously, going back a bit further, like Chrissy Houghton. He also played left back, I think, at times. But yeah, it's hard to look beyond Walker, really.
Yeah.
Dean Austin. Again, not the greatest right back, but he was okay. But yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I'd probably go with you there as well on Walker.
Yeah.
So
this like goalkeeper and right backs for me are very awkward in terms of who we're picking because, like you say, we've never had anyone stand out because he's world class. Cole Walker isn't world class anymore. He's gone to tell it. But Cole Walker for the last, excluding this season, for the last 6 years, has been world class right back.
Yeah, he's suddenly dropped off a cliff, hasn't he, at City? I don't know whether it's
just his
just
age.
the whole City team. It's just, but he's still got pace. He just seems to switch off a lot, I think, now.
You see Werner absolutely munched him against City. Admittedly, Werner just came on, but
yeah,
that's happened a couple of times now for Walker. I feel like he's getting on now. He's got to be 32 now. 32.
He is. Yeah, well, yeah. I wish I was 32 again, mate. Okay, so Walker right back. Yeah. Anyone in the chat have got anyone else at right back for Spurs over the years? Obviously, Stephen Carr was a close second. But other than that, yeah, we haven't had the greatest right backs that I can remember. So let's go left back. This is going to be another interesting one.
Yeah, you know what I'm going to say. I just remember because he was my childhood left back. Like I just remember, he was just so he was a bit of a cult hero, even though he wasn't even that good. Benoit Asuakoto was always one I just remembered in a Spurs shirt because he was just I don't know what it was about. Maybe it's just his name, but I just thought I always liked him, even though he was a bang average left back for the most part.
He scored some absolute belters over Tottenham.
That's what I mean. I think that's why I remember in a fond way.
And he hated football. He hated football.
Yeah, he just wanted to get paid. Fair play.
Fair play to him. But yeah, he was okay. I'm trying to think back to my day. Stevie Perriman maybe, but he also played midfield. Oh, this is a really tough one.
Can I say something? And it might be a bit rogue, but could you make a case for Jan Vertonghen playing left back?
Possibly, get him in.
I'm getting a bit romantic because I'm thinking about his performance against Dortmund. Oh my God, Bale played left back.
Yeah, we can't put him in left back. What a waste.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no, we can't put him
left back. Yeah, I actually quite like the Vertonghen shout.
I just feel like obviously we got Rose, Danny Rose, who was quality for a few years. Obviously, he never stood out in terms of. I think the way he left really tarnished his legacy at Tottenham. He was a very, very good left back for us for a few seasons, and he worked his way into that.
Yeah, so he was another one though. Went off the boil, didn't he?
Yeah, with Mourinho, I remember that the Amazon documentary. I didn't pay me.
Yeah, and you've also got Justin Edinburgh as well. Solid left back, nothing fancy. And Chrissy Houghton as well. Yeah, it is tempting to go Houghton for me because he was not only a really good fullback, but he won trophies.
Put Houghton in then. God, no one else won trophies in that left back role.
All right.
Most of my time, anyway. I already know my setbacks.
Well, you can, okay. Well, you can have a click at one. Go on then. Okay, your first centre back.
Ledley King.
Hard to disagree. Yeah, he was class. But we've had so many good centre backs.
Yeah, Ledley. I was going to go with Go on.
Alderweireld, Vertonghen. Richard Goff was stunning, even though he's only a year.
Edgar Davies.
Just like Graham Roberts. Graham Roberts has to be in there for me because he was just an absolute animal. And again, skipper, proper leader, and we won trophies under him.
We miss a leader, don't we? Bloody hell.
So I'll let you pick one.
Campbell?
Then I'll pick one.
Sol Campbell.
His name should never be mentioned on a Spurs podcast.
Not in a good way, anyway. Class defender, mine. Class defender till he went. Well, still was when he left. Annoyingly, fantastic defender. Won trophies of us. He was a good defender. It's a case there. As much as it pains me to say, but
you're still talking about him.
Yeah, I know I am, but I'm just making a case. If you're
I know.
everyone,
I like your case, but no, he gets nowhere near the team.
Yeah, no, I understand. Don't worry. I completely understand.
So basically, exactly, Sheriff. We know it ain't happening. Of course. Gary Mabbott, one of our greatest captains ever. Oh, this is difficult, isn't it? Because I've just put Roberts in, but now I'm thinking Mabbott.
You're going to have to pick, because although I know Gary Mabbott is, and I know his legacy at Tottenham, I've never seen him play, and I've not watched highlights of him. So this is all you. I'm not going to pretend like I know what Gary Mabbott was like.
Okay. I'm gonna shift to the Sheriff, to what he says, simply because Mabbott was a great captain, won us the FA Cup, and he was the Sheriff's hero. And also, he suffered with diabetes, and he still played every week, and he was just an absolute legend of the game. Okay, so our team so far is looking like Lloris, Walker, Mabbott, King, Houghton. So now we are looking at midfield. What are you thinking?
Moussa Dembele first, then you've got to put Moussa Dembele in there straight away. We took him for granted. Have you seen? Everyone must have seen the players being interviewed. Do you remember when players got interviewed quite a lot about their players playing? Everyone's a Moussa Dembele. Even players who play against Moussa Dembele was like, he was an animal. Honestly, one of the best players I've ever seen in a Spurs shirt. He was unbelievable on the ball and off the ball. Ridiculous. And I know I'm tainted because obviously I've only seen the last, even 10 years, 10, 15 years of Tottenham playing. But Moussa Dembele was an absolute machine in that middle of the park. Absolute machine. I've never seen someone just run a game, grab the ball, just take a game out of the scruff of net, just dribble, beat players. He was unplayable on his day, and he was such a key part of that 16-17 squad, which I still don't know how we didn't win anything during that time. And even the 15-16 squad, he was unbelievable. And I think he has to get in there purely just based on raw talent. Moussa Dembele gets in the best Spurs 11, 100%.
Yeah,
don't base it on trophies.
No, and it's not based on really. It's kind of your favourite. Doesn't have to be like the greatest players, as personally just your favourite. But again, so many good midfielders we've had. Think back to the likes of like Moussa Sissoko. No, I'm joking.
He was good in the end. He was all right.
Michael Carrick was class.
Yeah.
Top midfielder. Edgar Davids. Even though he's at the end of his career, Luka Modric. How does Luka Modric not get in that team? Well, maybe he does.
Maybe he does.
But he doesn't because the player that has to come in is actually, I'm going to put him at number 10. So Modric could come in.
He's not CDM though. We're not going to follow the formation.
Yeah, we don't have to look too much at the formation. It's just
Modric was world beater, absolute world beater. Him and Bale on that same side, remarkable. I'm glad I grew up watching Tottenham, watching them play. That was took him for granted. Really did. Took him for granted.
Yeah, you're quite lucky with the side that really, when you start supporting Spurs, really you're about 5 or 6. It would have been like 2010 onwards. So we had Redknapp.
2010 onwards, yeah.
And
did my top.
It's so difficult because you've got Hoddle has to be in now, and then you've got Gascoigne as well. Like probably one of the greatest England players ever.
He was in Trowbridge the other day. Did you know that?
He was in Trowbridge. Yeah.
Sorry to go
Didn't
off
see him,
topic.
but that's all right. No. Apparently, yeah. I went out Saturday night, and when we were in town at the kebab place afterwards, some guys come in and said they've just seen Gascoigne at the Civic Hall. But
Yeah, a load of my mates saw it.
I did it.
All right.
Well, that'd be really hard to understand.
Well, so we can put just with your formation. Don't make it rigid. You know, 7 and the 8. So the number 8 doesn't have to be a DM. We'll just pick our 3 best centre midfield CDM / attacking midfield. So put Hoddle in there, put Gascoigne in that number 10, and then we'll pick our 2 best wingers and then the best front man.
Okay.
Because I know what you mean. I can't, off the top of mind, I can't think of any other DMs which come close to Hoddle and Gaza. Not that they're DMs, but centre midfield, attacking midfielders. I can't think of any which come close, really. But I just feel like you have to put Dembele in there just for raw talent and how good he was.
Oh, I agree. Dembele was class.
And although,
but like I say, Hoddle has to be in that, and Gascoigne has to be in that.
And although Modric,
then we leave.
He's fantastic. He's world class, but I feel like
bench.
What's that?
What a bench.
Yeah, I feel like
Modric, Carrick.
Obviously, he got much better once he left for Real Madrid. Obviously, he was really good with us, but one, he wasn't here that long, and 2, he got much better with age. He's one of those where he's aged like fine wine.
Oh yeah, he's still a top player now. He's walking the Spurs side.
Doesn't play
absolutely walking the Spurs side.
Oh no,
okay.
He's walking to
our team is so far Lloris, Walker, Mabbutt, King, Houghton, Hoddle, Dembele, Gascoigne, and we got 3 players to pick from, and this is probably the most difficult.
We all know we're going to put up top, though. Let's be honest.
Waddle definitely worth a shout. Don't think he quite gets in, but I loved Waddle. Okay, should we start left? This is
Well,
I mean, for me, this is there's 1 or 2 players, isn't it? It's either Bell or Ginola or Sonny.
Bale. There's absolutely no doubt in my mind. It's Gareth Bell. I'm sorry.
No, I kind of agree. What
I've heard from Ginola, quality, first touch, amazing. Sonny, obviously, he's done so much for us, fantastic player. But no one, I think Bale is arguably one of the best players from Britain we've ever seen. Absolutely remarkable player. Like, ridiculous.
Single-handedly, probably won us about 40 points in that season alone, just with his goals. And we were rank average.
When he came back in the 2020-21 season, towards the end of his career, he was still sick. He had injuries, mind, which meant he
still scored 17 goals.
Yeah, games he started, that bloody left foot, bloody hell! I mean, it's ridiculous the things he do with it.
Just a pity he didn't get to play in front of Spurs fans again properly, really.
Yeah, I know, that is sad.
And I've just thought we've left someone else out who was one of my favourite players, and that is Rafa van der Vaart.
Rafa van der Vaart, yeah. Yeah, but he's a bit of a cult hero, wasn't he? He didn't have nowhere near impact. If you compare it to everyone else, compare it to Gascoigne, Bale, Hoddle, nowhere near the same amount of impact. Cult, you're right. Cult hero, no doubt about it. Cult hero. Fans loved him. We love him. Quality, but he didn't stay that long. Nowhere near amount of impact the others. So you can't put him in instead of the others. But yeah,
let's go right. This one's a bit more difficult, maybe.
Darren Anderton.
Good shout.
I'm saying that for you.
Anderton.
I never watched him play, but I know he was a good player.
I can't believe you never watched Anderton play.
Played with injuries. Because what do you mean I've never watched him play? I literally physically couldn't watch him play. What was I supposed to do?
Well, I'd be born earlier would be great.
Well, that's your job.
Yeah, good point. Anderton was class. Anderton was a brilliant player. Just sadly, his career was ruined by injury. He was always injured. But what a player when he was fit. He was fantastic.
Yeah.
Otherwise, on the right, you've got Lennon, I guess.
Aaron Lennon, what a cult hero. So many of them,
Again, cult hero, was frustrating as hell to watch at times.
He's one of those Barclays men. Do you know what I mean? He's a proper Barclays man.
No,
you heard of
what do you
Barclays
mean?
man? You on TikTok?
No.
Surely you heard of Barclays man. Like the obviously the Barclays Premier League, what it used to be branded as.
Okay, yeah.
Like the years between, I can't remember when it started, and it ended in 2016 or whatever, 2015.
That's a Barclays man, is it?
And like he was a proper Barclays man. Yeah, he was an out and out winger. He just get down the line, whip it in. That was a classic winger, and he was good at it.
Yeah, well, yeah. He was handy. He was handy. Who played? I'm trying to think who played right wing. My mind's gone blank. We've left out players like Ericsson, Dele Alli.
Dele Alli didn't get in. Yeah, get in.
For me again, Perryman. So many good players that we've left out. Well, I'm trying to think of a right-sided player apart from Anderton. For me, it probably is Anderton.
Yeah, I can't.
Trying to think.
No one else comes to mind. Lucas Moura obviously had an amazing impact of us, getting us a Champions League final, but he didn't do enough. He's very consistent. Yeah. On his day, unplayable on his day. Obviously, we've got no one now, which is good on the right. Maybe give Brennan Johnson 5 years, he might be all right, but not yet.
I don't think that's ever going to happen, mate.
It reminds me of someone made a point about this guy on TikTok, and he said about how Brennan Johnson plays a lot like Raheem Sterling did for Man City, where he scored loads of goals by just getting back stick and just tapping it. He didn't have to play that well, but he'd always been in a good spot, and he does that a lot at the moment. And if he keeps doing that, he'll keep
get numbers, but he won't do a lot in the game.
That's my point.
That's my point. It depends what you want, isn't it? If you want someone who's going to score goals, get numbers, get assists, get goals, he's your man. If you want to be got off your seat, then he's not your man.
No, yeah, exactly.
Depends what you want, but he does need to work a bit harder. I did notice with the press on Sunday against Fulham, he was always the one who was slower on the press.
Yeah,
Fulham were getting out a bit quicker, but it is what it is. So the team
is shaping up
now. Pardon?
Don't talk about the Fulham game. We tried to stay off that anyway.
Yeah, we're not talking Fulham. So we now just have the magical striker to put in. And this could get tasty.
Come on, Dad.
Could get tasty.
Don't be blinded by nostalgia. You're taking the piss. I mean, come on. There's only one person which goes up front for Tottenham. The man that scored the most goals for us. By quite, come on. Like
what? Kane?
Harry Kane. I know what you're going to say. No,
I'm not going to say anything. Kane has been an absolute legend.
But Jimmy Greaves in if you want.
Brilliant goal scorer. No, Greaves wasn't in my lifetime, so I don't remember Greaves. I remember strikers like Archibald, Lineker, and so many. We've had so many good strikers. Berbatov, Robbie Keane, Jermaine Defoe.
Oh, Jermaine Defoe.
What about this one?
Roman Pavlyuchenko. Are you seriously going to go?
Oh, he was a cult hero, though, wasn't he? I put him on this thumbnail because I just loved Pavlyuchenko. What a great player! What a great when he hit that ball, it stayed hit. I tell you, he was magic. But see, my favourite striker of all time for Spurs is Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah. No, I understand. I understand. I just feel like if you're gonna put best Spurs favourite Tottenham players, Soldado.
Soldado, great penalty taker.
Vincent Janssen. He was a good penalty taker. Good penalty
He did,
taker. If we're going about
it's the
penalty
only time he ever
takers,
scored for Spurs was from the
he
spot.
scored. He scored 2 out open play goals. He scored 2. One against Bournemouth, and then one in the cup against Wycombe Wanderers, I believe.
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah,
Player, what a player.
he wasn't. Yeah, he
Good
was.
penalty taker though. Good penalty taker. You got to give him
I
that.
felt sorry for him because
Oh yeah, same.
you know he was
Worked hard.
he was just a bit crap, wasn't he? But so okay, so you're going Kane as
100% going Kane.
I'm going Sheringham. Let's go. Let's see what the chat says. There's 3 people
Sheringham
in the room.
Kane.
So
Sheringham
listen,
Kane up top.
everyone votes Kane or Sheringham, and that will be the decider.
It's got to be Kane.
You're going Kane. I'm going Sheringham. So many good strikers though. We could, Les Ferdinand was good. Not great at Spurs, but he was a good striker.
Darren Bent.
Darren Bent, of course, the man,
Yeah.
the magic. That was Stefan Everson. What a striker. Norway's number 1 striker. He was the Haaland of now. You can't remember Stefan Everson, can you? Even in Perch.
Of course I remember Stefan Everson. When did Stefan Everson play, Dad? Let's just think about this.
He played in the 90s, the late 90s.
Exactly.
And he was my favourite player at the time because we didn't have many good players apart from Ginola. But yeah, the reason I liked Everson so much was because my mate at work was a massive Man United fan, and he just kept on about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer all the time, who was a really good striker, and he played obviously for Norway, and then we signed Stefan Everson, who was a Norwegian striker. So we used to battle it out between each other, and when Everson would score, I'd like go in and rip the piss out of him.
How many times?
But to be fair, Solskjaer scored more.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, you're not going to win that, Dad. Good effort, but
I loved Everson. He scored some important goals for Spurs. Semi-final winner against Wimbledon, beautiful lob. Set up the winner in the final. Hat trick at Roker Park against Sunderland. What a striker!
I get what you're saying. Look, like obviously Kane scored the most goals for us, but he probably didn't score that many. Obviously, he scored important goals. That's points, but
that's the one thing, isn't it? That's the one thing against Kane is for the amount of goals that he scored. And again, another player who kind of single-handedly kept us up in around the top when he was here. He never actually got us over the line with anything. Saying that, nor did Sheringham. So, exactly. Also Klinsmann, haven't mentioned him.
Jurgen Klinsmann, the
diving
German.
Strikers. So many good strikers. Okay. I'm going to give you Kane. Not that I want to, but
it's your podcast, Dad. You can put what you want.
I'm giving you Kane.
Cheers.
Yeah. So our team is Lloris, Walker, Mabbutt, King, Houghton, Hoddle, Dembele, Anderton, Gascoigne, Bell, Kane. I think that's a pretty good team. I think that's a pretty good team. We could have had a lot. So we could probably do like 4 teams easily, and every single one of them would be a great team. Players like Ginola, Robbie Keane, who I loved. What about Mido? What a striker! Do you remember Mido?
No. Oh. The name sounds familiar though.
He was like a big
Don't
Egyptian
get annoyed at me,
guy.
guys. Okay, look, yeah. I thought, I've heard of him. I've definitely heard of him. I just didn't know he played for Spurs.
Loved him. He was passionate, and he just absolute nutcase. Loved him.
Yeah, but Vincent Janssen was passionate. You got to remember this.
Vincent Janssen was just
for that badge.
Like literally, nearly did. Yeah, he needed to lose a bit of timber. That guy.
Yeah, good hold-up player.
This is true. Robbie Keane was, what a striker. You need to.
No,
what?
Go
I said
on.
you need to go back and watch like old YouTube videos of players.
Yeah, no, but obviously I've seen Robbie Keane play, and I just felt like he'd be that type. He's that type of player that never really had like an outstanding attribute in terms of like obviously quick, but he wasn't like rapid, never that strong, not at all. But he's a very smart player. He'd always have a good touch on him as well, which meant that he could just get one step ahead of every single defender he play against.
He
And I
was
feel like
so intelligent.
so intelligent. Same with Berbatov.
Yeah.
When
Berbatov had that bit of magic as well, didn't he? So did King, but Berbatov had that like arrogance, that class, that he could pick the ball out of the air. You could drop it from a helicopter and Berbatov would just control it.
Yeah.
Probably backheel it in.
Mental player. We're very lucky to have him.
We've had so many good players over the years, and it's just sad that now we have a lot of shit.
Oh, they're all right, Dad. We're going to go into it or not?
Well, if you want to go into it, we can go into it for 5 minutes.
All right.
Let's go into it. Just 5 minutes, yeah.
All right. Here we go. And out.
Very true. Teddy Sheringham's so intelligent. One step ahead of everyone else. Okay, what do you want to discuss, Fulham wise?
Are you Ange in or Ange out?
I am Ange out. Time to go. See ya. Yeah, he does nothing. He does nothing. I accept that at the moment we got injuries. I accept it as a bit of a struggle for him. He's struggling to get a reasonably good side out. But let's be honest, against Fulham, best players on the pitch were the players that come in. Dragishin, Davis, Forster, Werner, probably 4 of our better players. And the players that play every week were the players that let us down again. Yeah. And for me, that goes on the manager. If you notice, when every time there was a break, you had the Fulham manager would call players over, be talking to them, giving them instructions. Ange literally does nothing. He just stands there with his hands in his pockets and listen, that's fine. That's fine. But I just think when we're struggling, we just need that sense. We've got no leaders on the pitch. I don't know whether you saw when Fulham scored.
No, yeah.
Maddison and Basuma almost like kicking the ground, walking back to the centre circle. It's like, come on, one of you G the team up. And yeah, it was depressing. This is why I want to do something light-hearted, just because I just get too annoyed thinking about the Spurs team at the moment, because we are so bad.
It's just, what I'm going to say is that, like, last week, right? last week, right? We were like, hey, brilliant result, 4-0 against Man City, And also we drew against Fulham on the weekend. We were poor. We probably should have lost that game in terms of how the balance of play went. We played poor, And if Fulham won that game, there'd be no arguments at all. But I feel like with the cause of Ange being out, I just feel like if there was a top manager out there, which you think would perfectly suit our players, then I'd agree in a sense. But if we sack Ange, let's say tomorrow or like next week, and get sacked, who are we going to get in, which is going to make our team better? Because I look at our team and our squad depth and the substitutes we have. We're a bang average team. We're bang average. We're not a top 4 team in terms of the players we have. We just can't compete. We don't have the squad depth. We don't have the players. We didn't have the good transfer window to get the players in. We don't have that. So I know Ange had 2 transfer, 3 if you count January. Well, actually 4 if you count 2 Januaries. No, 3, sorry. Because January hasn't happened. Yeah. I know he's had 3 transfer windows to, get the players he wanted, but a lot of it might be down to the fact that he didn't have enough transfer budget to go with to get the players he wanted. And also, like, with the leaders we have, and we haven't, the lack of leaders we have. Sorry, I don't feel like you can put that on Ange. I don't think you can, in a sense of just like, because I think our team has a lot fundamentally wrong with it in terms of leaders and characters. We don't have any. And our results are so inconsistent. That just shows that. One week we can just blow Man City away, blow Villa away, blow United away, blow Brentford away. And then the next week, we lose against Ipswich, we lose against Palace, and we deserve to lose against Fulham, and we're lucky to get a draw. Like, I just feel like our whole club is so reactionary. And I feel like us fans are like as well. It's like when obviously we drew against Fulham, which undermines our inconsistency. It was obviously it was poor. I just don't feel like if you sack Angel, not much is going to change. That's my point, because it's been like that for ages.
Listen, I kind of agree that we will, whoever's in charge is going to be have their hands tied to an extent with obviously the board upstairs. But I do think that another manager could get more out of these players. I think he's running them into the ground. You look at the players we have now. Obviously, you look at the injuries we have. You look at the way they have to run every game. They all look shattered. And
100%.
I don't think we got the squad, but I put that partly on Ange because he is the manager. And if he doesn't want the players, he needs to say, no, I don't want that player. I want this player. I just don't think he is good enough. I think he can get away with it in Scotland and places like that because the way he plays, he will give up chances, but I don't think the quality is of such that in Scotland, if they get in, they won't take their chances anyway. Whereas if you notice when Celtic won the Champions League, they got absolutely smashed every game.
But they are doing. Sorry, go on.
Go on. No, go on.
No, I was going to say that Celtic have actually been doing okay in the Champions League, apart from that game against Dortmund. They've been doing okay.
They're doing well now, yeah. But under Ange, when he got in there, admittedly, they had Barcelona in their group. But they got pummeled every game. They lost like every game, like 4-1 or something. They went out in the group stage with a whimper. As soon as he comes up against sides that actually know how to play, have good managers, and have good quality in their team, then his tactics get shown up. And
but then why did
go on?
Why did we beat City 4-0 then? My argument is that with the way Ange plays, and you're going to get annoyed at me for this, and I understand why. No, because I understand why. Because both arguments are contradictory. I get it. I understand, and you're right in a sense, and I think I'm right in some sense.
Yeah.
I feel like if the way we play suits against playing better teams. I disagree with what you say about when he comes against better teams, because when Ange plays against better teams, we normally get good results, especially this season. We were really unlucky not to beat Newcastle. We were unlucky against Arsenal. We blew United and City away from home as well.
I disagree, but go on. Yeah, go on.
About what? No, go on. Go on, here we go.
I disagree because we got smashed against Newcastle last season. I know we smashed them as well at home, but we lost heavily away. We lost them this season. We lost twice to Arsenal last season. No, sorry. We lost at home to Arsenal last season. We've already lost at home to Arsenal this season. We got smashed against Liverpool away from home. Yes, we beat City. I get it. We lost to Chelsea twice last season. Agreed. Most managers do lose to Chelsea. I agree to an extent. We do play better against teams that come out, but we're going to because we attack more. I think. Did you ask me the question of how do we stop? No. That's it. Dan asked me the question. How do you stop Erling Haaland before the Man City game? And I said you don't. You hope that he has an off day, and he had an off day. Let's be honest. He could have had a hat trick easily against Spurs. We won 4-0, but it could have easily been 4-3, 4-4 on another day because City had chances. Let's not pretend they didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that that Ange can't do a job. I just think he's a bit out of his depth at Spurs. And I think, listen, it's all going to unravel over the next month, isn't it? Because we've got so many games and I can't see us getting many points. We got Bournemouth next. Do you see us getting anything at Bournemouth? I think Bournemouth are really good.
I think we'll draw away to Bournemouth.
That's it. We're Spurs and we're hoping for a draw away at Bournemouth. That's where we are, isn't it? You know?
Well, and again, can I just again, I know I'm a positive bastard and I get it, but you know, and I get it, you know, I get it. We're not doing well at the moment. But Bournemouth's gonna be a hard place to go. City and Arsenal both lost it. I just put that out there. All right. It's not we can't just go there. And you just said, like, you know, we're hoping for a draw against Bournemouth. I'm not hoping for a draw against Bournemouth. I'm being realistic because Bournemouth are quite good, especially at home against the big sides.
Some nice football.
Arsenal and City. You know, they're no mugs.
No, they're not. And they're not. And they play really nice football at home. I forgot what I was going to say now. I was so busy listening. But no, I just can't see where our next win is coming from at the moment. That's what concerns me. Whereas before, I always think, we'll win that. We'll win that. I can't see where our next win is coming from.
I was going to ask you a question. All right, this is a good question. This is a question for the viewers as well. If Ange wins the League Cup with Spurs, so beats United and then gets through the semi-finals, win the Carabao Cup, we finish 13th and we still play this brand of football where we're inconsistent, we don't know. Would you sack him, yes or no? Yes. Okay, yeah, I agree. Yes, I'd sack him as well.
Yeah. I don't think winning a trophy keeps him in a job. I think winning a trophy and finishing top 6 probably keeps him in a job. But I think winning a trophy and finishing 13th won't. But the thing is, and I've got to say this, and this is true, and I don't blame you for this. You know, obviously, you're my son. You're only 20. You haven't been hurt by Spurs enough yet.
There we go.
Yeah, you know, they will hurt you. They will hurt you, and they will rip your heart out, and then you will have hatred and love for them all at the same time.
Dan, have you seen Spurs win a trophy?
Have I seen Spurs win a trophy?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I haven't. Just
I know
that.
I've seen us win 6 trophies. Well, hang on. 81, 82, 84, 91, 99, 2008. So, yeah. So, a fair few. I've seen us lose a few as well, though.
Yeah, no, yeah, of course.
But, yeah.
But I've never seen us win a trophy. But I feel like...
Exactly this.
We're just so inconsistent, and we are just a mid-table team in terms of how we play and how, like, you know, the way we set up. We're just gung ho.
Okay, so answer me this, right? I'm not saying this is going to happen. Say we draw to Bournemouth, yeah, lose to Chelsea, which we will.
We will.
Then we go to Ibrox, and lose to Rangers in Europa League. Then we draw, say, against Southampton, another away game. We lose to United in the Cup, and then lose to Liverpool just before Christmas. Do you think he keeps his job? Because I can see that happening.
No, 100% doesn't keep his job. I think the biggest game, I genuinely think the biggest game in that is the Cup game. I think that's the biggest game that he has.
That's the one that keeps him in a job, I think, because I think we're going to struggle to get enough points.
If he wins that, then he'll keep his job. That's his game. He's got to win. And I hope he doesn't focus on that. I think, oh, gosh, just win that game. Just win that game because Spurs fans are just for a trophy. But, which we are. If he wins that game, keeps us in the cup, he will keep his job until after Christmas, into the new year. 100%. I have no doubt in my mind about that. If he could lose all the other games.
I really hope that we beat Bournemouth. But point against Bournemouth, I think we lose to Chelsea. And then if we can beat Southampton, because I think we lose to, like I say, Chelsea and Liverpool. Liverpool look awesome at the moment. And Chelsea really always beat us.
Chelsea look good as well.
And then we got Forest away Boxing Day. Really tough game again.
It's a tough game. It's going to be fun.
It doesn't get easier, does it? No, this Christmas could be a good one. sending. No, listen.
But you never know.
Like,
we might win all of the games up until Christmas. You've got to remember this.
We could win all of them. We won't win all of them.
We won't. I'm taking the piss.
We could win a couple. If we could beat Bournemouth, get a draw against Chelsea, beat Southampton, then win the cup games as well, we'll be fine. And he'll be fine. But yeah, it's a concern. Anyway, I think we'll leave it there, mate.
Yeah.
Because I can feel myself getting angry.
I'm sorry, guys, that I'm Anjin at the moment. I know that's ruffling a few feathers. I don't want us to finish I don't want us to be a mid-table team. I'm not saying that. I just if there was like, I don't know, who's a top manager at the moment?
We're going to have to pay for top manager if we want one.
If Tuchel didn't get the England job and he was available, I'd say, yeah, get rid of Ange, get Tuchel in. But we don't have that, so I'm stuck on where to go. That's the main reason. So,
I hear you, and there's a lot of fans. There's a lot of fans like you who are not overly impressed with Ange, but don't want another new manager, another fresh rebuild. And I get that. But it is what it is. Mid-table football from the Sheriff, I think. But listen, we will leave it there. It was a quick one, just doing our team, and I think we got a good little side there. Let's go through it once more. Lloris, Walker, Mabbutt, King, Houghton, Hoddle, Dembele, Anderton, Gascoigne, Bell, and Harry Kane up front. What a team! What a team! If we had that team now, we would be
blow the league away.
We'd be winning things. Well, we'd probably still be conceding goals under Ange, but we'd be fine. Anyway, we'll leave it there. As always, guys, thanks for joining. Please like and sub if you haven't, and we will see you on the next stream. I am on tomorrow night with Dan from the Spurs Danalist on Beyond the Lane, and we have two very special guests with us. Sava from Football Heritage TV and Iggy from Tottenham Away will be joining us. So join us for that. It should be fun. Lots of talk about Spurs. No doubt, lots of talk about Ange on Ange Watch. And as always, stay positive, stay poised, and always, regardless of whoever's the manager, stay Spurs.
Pure Coys, singing from the stands. Pure Coys, everybody raise your hands. Pure Coys, Pure Coys, Pure Coys.